It's Brian and Dale back for Cash Call. We're just getting ourselves up onto, oh, we're live on Facebook. Hey, Lab Code Agents, it's Brian and Dale. There we go. Now we're fully out of the green room. Brian and Dale back for Cash Call today. And, we are back here working on the scripting dialogue and how you talk to people. What we do focus a lot on calls. Obviously, the things that we talk about do translate also into text, they translate into emails, and they do translate into face-to-face conversation. So, even though the name of the show is Cash Call, it's not just all about calling. And obviously we mix all those pieces in too. But even with that disclaimer, Brian and I are back to listen to some more calls because listen, if you want to send in your text chains to us or your email chains to us, or if you want to video yourselves out there actually speaking to human beings, please do. We'd love to give
That'd
you
be fun.
feedback on it. Yeah, that would be fun. But otherwise, we have calls to listen to. So that's how we can capture it. That's the fossil record of what you did or didn't do, right?
Well, and I love what you said, Dale, because honestly, the communication, I think it's harder on the phone than it is in person, but it's the same techniques. We're still building rapport. We're still doing discovery, and that discovery may be a little bit different, just, building rapport and learning a little bit more about people. We're still doing those things. We're still setting appointments. Like, you show somebody a house and that's not the house. You got to set another appointment. We're still doing button ups. We're still making sure the person understands. So it's all the same in person as far as the things that we're teaching. It's just that you have a little bit more tools in person because you can use body language and you can read body language and things like that. But overall, it still applies, and it applies in
Yeah.
text too, realistically.
Yeah.
Like when we had Robbie on, we were talking about that. It's about being, what was the word he used? Like just not being uptight, like being conversational. That's the word he used. And I love that. It's about being conversational, and that's all we're doing,
Yeah.
conversations. That's what we're doing. So.
It's funny. I want to give people perspective that are listening to this. So, you and I, Brian and I both have relationships with, well, I'm pretty sure Brian does, have relationships with service providers out there. What do I mean by service providers? Companies that provide third-party services to real estate teams and brokerages out there. And I definitely, I have some of them where I work with their sales teams on selling to teams and brokerages and agents. And here's what I can tell you is that they, for instance, get onto video calls with the potential clients who are checking out their software and deciding whether to use it. And the same kind of concepts that Brian and I talk about here apply even in those sales environments. And
Absolutely.
it doesn't matter if you're selling, ice cubes or you're selling houses, the communication is what matters. And the delivery method, yes, we all know that fewer people are picking up and most people didn't want to make calls in the first place, but the communication is still what needs to happen. And that's what we're here to help you with.
And I think about this before you play your first call or I play mine is at the end of the day, we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to have a phone call, and I'm not just talking about for lead generation. Like eventually that you're going to have to talk to them on the phone, or you're going to have to meet them in person and have a conversation in person. So yes, maybe the answer rate is down. Maybe we're not doing as much hardcore lead generation as we used to. But at the end of the day, we're still going to have a conversation that breaks down into, my four parts, which is rapport, discovery, appointments, and button up. That's still going to be true regardless of whether it's somebody I've text messaged with 27 times back and forth, or whether it's a client who I'm already working with and I got to do a little bit more. It's all universal. And I've said this, God willing, real estate will be around as long as I want to work. But, if it didn't, I'd just go do some other kind of sales. It's all the same. So
Yep.
it's just the product changes slightly, but the techniques and the things that we talk about, they're the same.
Yeah. Until we stop selling to people, then we'll make that shift. As long as we're selling to people. I'll go first if you.
No,
Usually I make you go first if I'm underprepared. That's a tell. I shouldn't
that
have
means
told you
Dale's prepared today.
that. That means I'm prepared. All right, so I have this really interesting call. It's a weird scenario, and listen, I know a lot of people in a lot of markets right now, unfortunately, are suffering with low inventory, and things are getting weird out there. You know what I mean? So let's hear an example of things getting weird.
Alex here. I'm connecting you to a local agent now.
This is a call.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, good morning. This is How you doing today?
I'm doing well, Fred. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I see you're interested in a property on Moreno Court in Corona. Is that correct? Okay, perfect. When you were interested in viewing that possibly today?
Yeah, that would be amazing if I could.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely get that set up for us.
Now he's doing a really good job, which is we train, go straight for the, hey, when do you want to go see it? Go straight for the appointment. Don't get hung up on questions, then go into your discovery. But this is where things start to get weird.
On what time were you thinking of checking it out?
The soonest the better.
Okay, I can definitely see what if we can get in and what the availability is. How long have you guys been looking?
So we just sold our home like 3 weeks ago. We're actually in escrow, and we've been looking for the same amount of weeks, but we're just the agent that I have. It's just she's we're just having some issues like booking anything. So I haven't seen many properties. I've seen about 5 properties.
Uh-oh.
Well, she's honest. She's not lying about it, so that's a good thing.
At least she's honest.
Oh wow, that's
So far.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
The agent that is the one that's selling your house, and she's not really helping you find anything right now, huh?
That's correct.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah, my house sold in 2 days, and now I'm stuck.
It's crazy right now, huh? Houses are selling ridiculously fast.
It literally sold in 2 days. It was the fastest transaction ever.
Right, just this market is it's crazy. Was your house you sold also in Corona? Or you guys coming from out of town?
No, we're in Chino. We're the house is in Chino.
Okay, what brings you this direction? Just work or just?
So I like the question that he asked. He was trying to figure out what's the likelihood that your agent doesn't know this market here and I can find an advantage. The problem is they're very close markets. And so, there's probably not an advantage for him there, or he'd have to create one. So, I like that he was trying to figure that out before he does anything else. He's looking for an edge, which, I don't know how you feel about this, but I would be pretty suspect if somebody whose agent got them under contract, they're actively looking with the agent, and they're potentially going to bail on them while setting appointments with other people online. Because, for me, I'm always like, if you're going to cheat on them, how likely are you to cheat on me? Or how likely is it that this is actually going to happen?
Yeah, it's funny, and this is something we talk about in recruiting a lot, but people join your team or your brokerage for the exact same reason they leave your team or your brokerage. So same with the client. The client will hire you to be their agent, and whatever reason that was, if you're not fulfilling that, that's the reason that they'll go someplace else. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what kind of discovery they do. And I would want them talking a little bit more about their agent, find out what that relationship is. I don't feel like I know enough yet. And I don't know if we're going to get there or not. So.
No. And I want to explain to everybody a little bit more about what you just said. What Brian means is, if you come to me under the premise that I'll use you if you find me the house, that means I'm going to fire you just like this other one if you can't find me the house, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to stick with you, is what Brian is saying. That's what he and I are hearing here.
I mean, if I could find it, we're looking for a townhouse. That's what we wanted. So we're in a house right now. We want a townhouse, and in Chino, I just haven't had any luck with new development. And I know that the one in San Marino is not new development, but that's what it initially took us into the Corona area.
Okay.
And then it is closer. My husband and I, we work in Orange County, so it's closer for us as well.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can try to set this up, and it just sounds like if you just want to find a house and work with an agent that's going to be willing to help you find a house. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He just reiterated the terms of his firing is what he just did, according to what we just discussed.
Yeah. Here's an interesting, is this an ISA or an agent?
Agent.
Okay. So if I'm an agent in this scenario, and we haven't really always talked about this, I promise you, I'm in the MLS during this conversation. Dale, hold on just a second. You haven't been able to find anything in Chino. What I'm going to do is go find out if there is anything in Chino right now, or Corona, or wherever you're moving. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I'm going to see if there's anything there, because here's the reality of this. it's not 2005. This is 2021. She has Zillow. She has Realtor.com. She has the 600 websites that this stuff populates to. The reality is, I might be completely wasting my time with this person who thinks that I have a magical inventory that doesn't exist. And I may have some off-market properties. That's probably where I'm going. I'm going to go in expireds and withdrawals and look for any place that I can get an in. But again, I think we need to find out what the relationship, does she have a signed in California? I've talked to people, they don't use buyer broker very often, but
They don't, in this market, they don't really use them that much.
yeah, so you're not using that, but the question becomes, you still need to make sure, like, maybe this is
You still need to ask.
because I can tell you this, like, I'm a big USP guy. And one of the things to get I have a USP called the Move Up Buyer Program. And basically it's, I'm going to sell your house at a discount and give you a discount on buying. Well, guess what? You're going to have to sign a listing agreement with me and a buyer agency agreement with me to get that discount. So there's a chance, especially if somebody's under contract with somebody, that they're under contract twice. And again, I know that not every market uses buyer agency, but
Yeah.
I need to find out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really important. I too would do more discovery here. And I think even in this call, I might do some of that problem solving. I would call it problem solving, which is what you said, is bring those up, see what the inventory is. Hey, how many houses have you gone to look? Well, she did say how many she's looked at. How many have you looked at here in Corona so far, right? Has your agent been showing you properties in Corona? Have you made any offers on anything, right? Because if I want to know if you've made any offers, because maybe you're just being picky or you just don't really have the finance, like you've got the beer budget and champagne taste or what. Like, I need to figure out, why are you broken? You look like a broken toy. You look like somebody else's broken toy. And I need to figure out, are you really broken and why?
Well, and here's another thing that and maybe he's going to ask it, but is there any, she said she works in Orange County. Now, again, I know California just enough to be dangerous, but Chino's quite away from Orange County. Moving there. So Corona's probably closer, but here's an interesting question. Are there any other places you would consider living besides Corona? Because maybe the other agent didn't bother to ask. She said, I want Corona. And he went, okay, Corona. And he got tunnel vision and there's nothing for sale that meets her criteria. Sounds like she's about to be freaking homeless. So when someone's about to be homeless, maybe their criteria goes from here to here. So
Right.
there's a lot of discovery.
She's like, I did see a nice bridge down off of whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get you a trash can so you can burn stuff and stay warm. I mean, I don't know.
Exactly. You make it happen. All right. So no, there is no more discovery. It really ends here. And he goes out and shows them a property. I have to get the update on whatever happened, but
I understand. Let me give them a call and see if we can get this set up for as soon as possible. And then I can give you a call right back if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't catch your name at the beginning. What was your name?
Natalie.
Okay, Natalie. Yeah. My name's Chris. Let me reach out and see what the availability is to see if they have any time slots available still today. And
Okay.
I will give you a call right back.
what's the next thing that Natalie does after she hangs up with Chris?
She talks to the other 3 agents who called her this afternoon.
That,
So
and or she inquires on the next property because she needs to find a goddamn house. He didn't do any button up. He didn't close it out.
yeah, remember the 4 steps of button or the 4 steps of a call. The last step is button up. And here's the other thing, and I hate this, and I hear 90% of agents do it. And again, I've done it. Hey, I'm gonna go call that listing agent or call that property and find out when we can get in. Set the freaking appointment. Because very seriously, if this person gets me on the phone or gets you on the phone, there's a chance by the time they call back, you go, never mind, I'm good.
I'm going to take that showing you just set and I'm going to set the other ones and I'm going to drive the nail home is what's going to happen.
Yeah. So, and because I tell you right now, I'm strong on the phone with this. Oh, you're working with somebody else? Are you committed to them? No, but they're going to show me a house this afternoon. You know what? You should have them show you this house too. I'm willing to work with you. If you want me to be your agent, I'll show you both houses, but I'm not going to show you one house and have somebody else show you no house. That creates all kinds of problems. That's not good for you and not good for me. So I'm good either way. Make a choice. You want to work with me, you want to work with the other person. And
yeah. And I have a USP by the way that we didn't hear in there, right?
Yeah. And again, I'll do this for you, this and this and this. But my point is, be strong in that scenario. Don't be the person who's like, well, if I can find you the house, will you be my agent? No, or will you be my client? No. And I've stood in a kitchen talking to somebody about that after, oh, we're just going to work with every agent. You can send me houses. I'm like, look, I'll be honest with you. If you're interested in committing to me, I will work my butt off for you and no one will be better. But if you're just going to work with whoever sends you a house, then I'm not your agent.
Yeah.
And don't be
I'm out.
afraid to say that, Can you imagine
Absolutely.
going to the doctor and going, well, I'm going to go to 3 other doctors and I'm going to go and do this, or an attorney. Now, I'm not talking about specialization, but can you imagine telling a doctor, well, if you can figure out what's wrong with me, I'll work with you. But if not, then I'm going to work with this other. No, just work with me or don't. You've got cancer and I'm either going to be your cancer doctor or I'm not your cancer doctor. Why
Right.
agents are so scared sometimes to take a stand, and there's plenty of business out there, guys. Don't beg for it is really what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. So I wanted to play that weird one because I know things are weird in these markets, and people
Crazy market.
get weird when people get really weird when they're desperate.
Absolutely. So this is an interesting call, and there's a lot of learning opportunity in it. I'm not going to necessarily, preface it any more than that, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll listen to this one. Let me make sure thumbs me up if you can hear. Why is it?
Nothing.
It's not playing. Are you kidding me?
Maybe you have it says that it's playing. Try to zip it forward a little bit, or did it start from the beginning?
Hi, this is
There you go.
Carolina with the Curtis Realty Group.
Right.
I just got a message saying that you're interested possibly in a house in Rogers. Is that right?
Yes. I don't know. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Is this for the one on Broadway?
Yeah, it was
In
for the one on
Rogers?
Broadway. Yeah, are you
Okay.
trying to set an appointment to see this house? I could show it to you if you'd like.
Yes, but it would have to be after work. Yesterday we were both off, so we were hoping that we could have done it yesterday, but we're working now. Do you
Yeah,
have
that's
anything
perfect.
available at like 5?
5 would work great. Tomorrow at 5 Broadway. Or
Okay.
today, you said?
Yeah, we can do today.
Okay, perfect. Let's see, 1 second. Can I get your first and last name, please?
Ashley Kendrick.
Ashley Kendrick.
Mute that.
Ashley. And I'm sorry, Miss Ashley, while I have you on the phone, let me gather some information. Just out of curiosity, do you own a home right now,
We do.
or do you rent?
We own.
You own?
Yes.
Let's see. Is your home currently on the market?
No.
Okay. And let's see. How soon are y'all wanting to be in?
So let me ask you this, Dale. This is my opinion. If you're going to go down this road, and I'm okay with the question, do you currently rent or do you currently own? I know you actually advocate that question as one of our present tense questions that's great to build rapport with. But I feel like there was an opportunity missed here of, okay, do you rent or do you own? We own. Is your house on the market? No, it's not. And then we just moved on.
Yeah, there was a lot of rapport opportunity that wasn't built, which is around, and you've said this before, right? What is it about, what has you interested in making a move? What is it about your home that you'd like to change, or whatever it is? Like, what's got you guys thinking about something different? You know what I mean? Like, because her questions are very like check the box kind of thing and dry, and there's no personality in there. That's totally the opportunity for personality of the lead that you're talking to.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we started doing role play on our team on Friday mornings. And one of the things that I've been really pushing for people is to ask the next question. And so what does that mean for everybody who's listening? That means, do you have a house to rent, or, or do you rent or do you own? Oh, I own. Great. So again, like Dale said, what do you like about your current house and what are you looking for in your next house? You're going to the next level. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, under $300,000. Those are facts. People don't do anything for facts. They do things for emotions. And if you have no idea of the emotional motivation behind it, I'm not saying you can't sell, because I guarantee you I've done it. 3, 2, okay, blah, 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 checking those boxes. But we've really got to focus on understanding the why of these people. And remember, when I did that back in 2005, it was easy because they didn't call a second real estate agent. It was a pain in the butt to find a real estate agent. There's 6 other people calling this lady this afternoon. So you need to build that deep level and give them that understanding for sure. So, and here's the other thing. Here's the pragmatic part about it. Does this person need to sell their house before they buy the next house?
Yeah,
We don't know.
absolutely. And I think if she had mixed in some of that rapport stuff, some of that why, some of the emotional stuff, and then flipped back over to, hey, so, or do you guys need to sell your home and do you have it on the market yet? Right? Then it would have greased the skids for that kind of question.
Yeah. And that's the thing, guys. And I love this concept. Earn the right to ask the better question. And what I mean by that is earn the right to ask about finances, earn the right to ask about, do you need to do that? How do you do that? You build rapport, you establish a relationship, and now you've earned the right to ask those questions. So.
A new home.
We really don't. We've just been kind of playing with the idea, and we saw this one, and if is this the one that I think we're looking? If I'm thinking of the right one, we were kind of interested in seeing like the floor plans, and is this like
This is new construction, by the way.
Okay.
under construction one where you can kind of design your own build? Is this the right?
I think so. So
Right
there's
one.
currently 2 available right now, I think, that are under construction. We can look at both of them just so you have an idea of the different
Okay.
floor plans out there.
Okay.
Let's see. And you're not currently working with another agent, are you?
No.
Okay. So, by the way, that's something we train people never to ask. even
I
though
know you. I was like, that's the Brian pet peeve right there.
It is a pet peeve. It really is. Now, it worked out just fine here. But, guys, if you're watching and you haven't watched Dale or I before, in my opinion, the correct question is, out of curiosity, have you looked at any other houses? Yeah, we've looked at 10, 15 houses. Great. Who showed you those houses? That's how you find out if someone's committed to somebody, because this could be a real, we haven't built rapport. We're about 2 minutes into a phone call. This could be a real good opportunity for someone to dump this agent. You know what? They're not giving me the right vibe anyway. I'm going to dump them here. So it doesn't happen, but don't set yourself up. And every little thing, if you can be 1 to 2, 3% better, then that's where you're going to have real success in this business. So
If she
Okay.
ends this call without finding out why this lady wants to make a move, I'm going to eat my hat, as they say.
And then I'm not sure. Have you guys been looking at price ranges yet? Is this something that works in your price range?
Yes, it does, but we haven't like got with the lender or anything yet. We've just really I've been kind of wanting to move closer into town because we live in
She
Centerton
offered
right
it.
now, and so we've just been kind of playing with the idea. And so we saw this one and we both were interested in it, so that's why we reached out to see if we could.
Yeah, wonderful. No, that sounds great. I'll be happy to show this to you. So I'll go ahead and make an appointment, and then I'll text you to confirm that it's been confirmed. And
Okay.
I will see you at 5.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Thank you, Miss Ashley.
Thank you. Mhm.
So I want to go out on a
No.
limb and say that the average person who listened to this phone call would have went, "Hey, that was good."
It was a
And-
good call,
It was, and it had a great outcome, right? She's got an appointment. She's going to meet her
Got
at
an
5.
appointment.
But again,
I would say there was no mustard on that sandwich, is what I would say. You know what I mean? Like it was just a dry sandwich. There wasn't anything on that thing.
Yeah. So again, overall, if I rate this call, I rate it a 6. We got an appointment. We've got, that we're going to show up. I love the fact that she didn't. This is one of the things I do love. She didn't say, "Hey, let me call you back." She said, "I'll text you to verify the appointment." I'm okay with that.
Yep.
We're going to set it up for 5 today. I'll text you to verify it.
Yep.
That's okay.
She hit her marks, is what I would say.
She did. So it's just, and this is what I want people to do for themselves. Take a look at this phone call. And again, I would say that 9 out of 10 agents would go, "She's got an appointment. It's good to go." And it's
In my
not horrible.
experience, 6 out of the 10 agents would be like, they need to do a call like that first. They need to get to that level, right?
Fair enough. So anyway, my point is, if you're out there making phone calls, go back and listen to some of your calls and say, "Hey, yes, I got an appointment with that one, and then I showed up, and I showed on the house, and then they ghosted me." Go back to your original phone call, because this is
It'll
a
be
real
a
good
dry
opportunity.
sandwich.
Yeah, real good opportunity to dry sandwich. So
Yes.
there's a real good chance this person shows up, they look at the house, and then tomorrow they're looking at a house with another agent. So let's make sure that we're, again, doing a bigger discovery. And again, discovery isn't just bedrooms, bathrooms, location, price. It's not LP Mama.
Yeah.
I don't know what LP Mama stands for, but that's basic.
Yeah.
It's-
So you know what we need to point out here, Brian, is that agent. Is she an agent or she's an agent, right? Really pleasant, very
Yeah.
nice, but there wasn't much rapport in the call. And rapport isn't just being nice. What rapport is causing the person that you're talking to have positive emotions or emotions in general that they share with you that you share together. That's rapport.
Yep.
One
And
part of it.
and I said this the other day, and then people think I'm nuts when I say this, but I want you to think about this. You do nothing for logic and everything for emotion. And I'll play with Dale here for a second. We didn't rehearse this. Why do you buy toothpaste, Dale?
To brush my teeth.
Okay, that's the logical answer. Is that really why you buy toothpaste? No, you buy toothpaste because you don't want your breath to stink. You don't want your teeth to
I don't
fall
want
off.
cavities because
You-
the dentist
right.
scares the shit out of me.
Right. So that's the reason he buys toothpaste, because the truth of the matter is brushing his teeth, it's not it. Why do people buy a house? Because they need a place to
It's
live.
just-
No, that's not why they buy a house.
Yeah.
We want to take that stuff a little bit deeper and ask that next question. And here's the thing. When you get there, it builds rapport automatically. And I think that was Dale's point in the middle of the conversation is, hey, if I ask them about rent or own, what do you like about your current situation? What don't you like? I'm building rapport and I'm actually finding out information simultaneously. So
Yeah.
if you're just going to ask the basic, just the basic bedrooms, bathrooms, location, you can close deals. And that's part of the problem is that you will close some deals doing that, but you're going to miss more than you close.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, everybody, we're at the top of the half hour, and Brian and I love bringing this stuff to you guys every week. If you have calls you want to listen to or anything that you want submitted here, we promise we'll be very nice to you. So we always put this offer out there. We don't get a lot of submissions. We have to
We don't.
No, it's crazy. I don't
Maybe
know
we're too
why.
mean to people.
Maybe that's what nobody wants to get. Everybody wants to laugh and not be laughed at. I think that's what it is. But thank you all for joining us today. Good seeing you. Brian and I will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.